Okay guys, welcome to my studio. We are in the Phantom Studio. Thank you so much. This is my first English tutorial for THU Overloud. Thanks to my friend Thomas and Alfonso and Mattia from Overloud. Thank you so much to be here. I hope this tutorial will like you. And I would like to share with you my newest preset. It is the MF 70, 80 and 90. So it is a sound dedicated to the golden era of the guitar sound. So let's go immediately to see. This preset is pretty nice. As you can see, there are a lot of rack effect. It looked like the huge rack typically from a guitar player like Steve Lukather. It is my favorite one, like Neil Schon and so on. Michael Landau, Michael Thompson, and many other famous guitar players. They worked in the LA studios. So I tried to replicate a similar rig, and I wanted to share with you what I've done in this preset. First of all, don't forget to subscribe the YouTube channel and click on the bell to receive the notification when they are available. So let's start from THU here. As you can see, this preset bank, it is organized in one live rig preset. I will explain you better. The clean preset, the crunch preset, and the lead preset. Practically, it is the same preset for every preset, but what is changed is the scenes. Every scene is completely different, and so you can create your live rig, as I done, okay, with this one, to play on stage. Because I remember that THU is not only a plugin; it's much more. It's like a software modeler. Okay, and as a software modeler, you can also use such kind of MIDI pedal board. I show you. This is a really simple pedal board from M-Wave Chocolate you can find everywhere. And you can select different presets, select different scenes. And especially, I would like to work with the scenes because in my philosophy, scene is much more close to the real world. Real world is what I've done until 10 years ago before to use the modeling. And I love to use the scene. And I wanted to explain what I've done. So let's start from the clean. Danaf, exactly. Danaf. Today, Danaf is becoming everywhere because I can see his reels and infos everywhere on YouTube and Instagram and so on. So I'm very happy because I love his styles. But many other guitar player works in the LA studio with such kind of rig. Well, the rig is pretty huge. There is the first part. The first part, there are some stomp pedals and the amp and the cabinet. I like to divide the structure of my preset in two parts. The first one, it is the upper part is the shape, the tone shaping to create the sound. So here you can find the compressor, you can find the phaser, the tube screamer, also the cat. It is the emulation of the famous rat, and there are some other chords. Then there is an iconic amplifier. It is the Marshall JTM 45 with the amazing super cabinet. This cabinet is the main part of the preset. Then this huge rack system is to create the ambient sound, the stereo wide simulation, stereo wide ambient, and so on. So let's start from the first clean, okay? Clean scene A, sorry. There is a compressor. The amp, the amp block is stable. Is the same for every preset. As you can see, I can show you better the settings. I'm zooming. Okay, you can see the settings, and the sound is, let's say, is a clean, but it's not like just clean. I can show you. Every sound is based on this clean. If I select the humbucker pickup, the sound is not any more clean, it's a bit crunched, but this is what exactly I want. And of course, remember to set up your audio interface, okay, in a way that when you play the humbucker pickup, you stay on the OK zone, the green zone. Okay, this is really, really important to have the same sound. Otherwise, you have lower gain or higher gain. Okay, so you have to set up audio interface. There is a question from Chris. Thank you so much. I'm using the Audient ID 44. I have also the 14. I love that audio interface. They are very nice and also very cheap. Okay. Well, this is the clean sound. Typically, I put also the compressor. Compressor to me is really important to optimize the clean sound. The clean sound is really, really dynamic. So I wanted to avoid the high peak, and also I wanted to emphasize the lower playing. If I play an arpeggio with the fingers, the compressor helps me to has a homogeneous volume. At the same time, the compressor helps me to cut the high peak. This is really, really important. This is the first scene of the clean. There is no other effect, but I wanted to highlight this. I'm using THU Premium, of course. As you can see, there are 3 BR reverb. Now is active this reverb, and this reverb helped me to create the room effect. Because when you try a tube amplifier, you are in a room, and the sound is strongly affected of the early reflection of that room. And I try to create the same ambient sound to give more realistic sound. I try to disable this is the standard reverb, is a simple reverb, and this is okay. This is the dry signal. Oh, so there is the delay on. It's very dry. It's not natural. When I switch on this that I call room reverb, it's a very short reverb to create the room ambient. Okay, then I also add the standard reverb to create the natural ambient. So there are always this reverb on, and I alternate these two reverbs. This is the standard one, and this is the long one. I will show you later on. Okay, so let's come back to the scenes. This is the first one. Then you can select the B scene. Yeah, we are still in the clean channel. Wow. Okay, to me this is a very, very nice sound. It's typical sound from the 1819 era. The clean tone is the same. Okay, there is compressor, there is a cabinet and nothing else. What is totally different, it is that I use the famous three stereo chorus. It is fantastic chorus that every guitar players in that era use. Okay, I use also the mod 3000 effect. Is a dual pitch detune effect. I have to thanks a lot the guys from Overloud that they add this effect to create a different one. Is the chorus, the modulation is rotary modulation, the other one is the pitch detune, and also I use the Space Machine. Please take note, Space Machine was not available until yesterday. Now is available to the actual THU version. Thank you so much to the THU Overloud guys. Thank you so much for this. And the result is very, very nice. You can see the difference when I switch off this one. I also use two different delay. One is low level delay, the second one is high level. You can see the difference on the delay level. And also the reverb is the same. There's a lexicon preset where all three reverbs combine in one, and that's my sound. Thank you so much, the guitar. Man, bands aren't how long nicknames are really difficult to pronounce. Okay, guys, then let's check the scene number C, okay, where I use the shimmer delay. Okay, and I love this. And also select the long reverb. Super nice. Can show the difference. Try the clean, normal clean. super wide. Very, very nice. The quality of the sound of the actual THU version to me is really, really nice and realistic. Also, the dynamic is very nice. The scene D is a simple scene, okay, but okay, I use the ensemble chorus. It is different kind of chorus. So. Let's say it is a jazzy sound. I remember it remembers me a bit of Mike Stern sound. Okay, this is 4 different style of the clean sound. And of course, you can select the scenes you like, and you can create your own live rig preset. Okay, the second preset is the crunch. As you can see, the structure is the same. Okay, but of course, the effects are different. The effects, I mean, on off, nothing else. I don't change the effects because I want to have the same situation I have in when I use the physical things, the physical stomp, the physical amp. So when I create a preset, I pick the amp, the cabinet, the overdrive, the distortion, the reverb, and so on, and put all together. Okay. In the beginning, I have to make the tip tap to select on and off. The second step, there was the MIDI looper that can permit to create the scenes. And the scenes means I can switch the amp channel, is not the case, but I can switch on and off any kind of effects, stomp pedals, and also rack effect. Exactly what do the very famous guitar guru Bob Bradshaw. Okay, because the idea is not mine, unfortunately. Okay, the idea comes from the Bob Bradshaw, huge rack for Steve Lukather, Landau, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so let's go to the crunch. I zoom the preset so you can see better what I do. The sound, the clean is the same. I don't use anymore the compressor because I love the compressor only on the clean sound. In this case, I use the Tube 9. It is the emulation of TS-808, and this is the sound. To me, is really nice. Can add more gain if you like. What I love of the THU, it is the dynamic. Dynamic means that I can play lower, softly. I can play hardly. Very, very nice. There is also the delay on. It's, of course, it's up to you if you wanted to use the bit of delay. There's two different delays, as you can see. This is the low-level delay, and also there is the high-level delay. It's only a matter to select one or the other one. Okay, the delay is practically the same. They change only the delay level. Okay, this is the scene number, the scene A. Then let's go to the scene B. It is the same plus the 3 chorus and the space machine. Let's go to the C, the scene number C, okay, where I change from the TSO8, the tube 9, to the cat, and the sound is much more aggressive. Okay, as you can see, there is always the room reverb on and a bit of delay, because also in the rhythm part I love to use the bit of delay. So. Okay, and then I select the scene D, where I use also the cat distortion stomp pedal, plus the mod 3000, and also the space machine, and this is the sound. Really super nice and ambient effect. Fantastic. So let's go to the lead preset. It is again the same, but in this case I use the tube 9 and the cat together to have more gain and more mid-range sound. And this is the result. Of course, you can use also as a rhythm sound, but it's up to you how much gain you want. Let's go to the scene B. Okay, on the scene B, there is also the mod on. And this is the typical 80 sound. Yeah. Of course, I use the long delay, the high level delay. And now let's go to the scene C. Okay, where is difference is, let me check what's happened in the scene. Also, there is a pitch shift, the pitch shift block. Okay, I never mentioned before, I use for the scene, but you can activate in any scene, in any preset. Of course, you can change the pitch course. Or you can select the +5. Very yes sounds. Okay, and last but not least, it is the scene D, where I select the mod, I selected the shimmer, and I select, okay, only the shimmer. So nice. And then you can combine all scenes together and create a live rig, because in this case, the live rig, it is the combination of the scenes, so you can select which effect you want to activate. And for example, I create scene A. It is a light crunch. Then I create the clean, as I like. I created the distorted rhythm. And also the lead. And the nice thing is it's up to your generals. For example, if you need a clean to create the funk sound, you can, for example, take the scene A, switch off the tube 9, switch on the compressor, and for example, switch on also the mod and chorus. Okay, and you can have the sound like. If you want to have the lead, the wide lead at Steve Lukather sound. You have to activate the mod, and also you can activate the chorus. Okay, very, very nice. So, of course, another really important feature of this preset is the super cabinet. I keep the super cabinet at the end because this is the core of the sound. With this super cabinet, I use the Jensen Tornado Special Edition large cab presets, a library you can buy, of course, on THU. But if you buy the preset, you can buy the preset here. I can share the QR code now. Okay. If you buy the preset, you have the equivalent impulse response. So this impulse response is embedded in the preset, but if you want, and I think it's better, you can buy the Jensen Tornado Special Edition large cab and also or the Special Edition compact cabs. I suggest that you buy both library because it is my favorite, and all my presets now are based on this preset, and they are very, very nice. If you want, of course, you can change your sound by changing the cabinet. This is the equivalent, of course, but if you select, for example, this compact cabinet with SM57, you can dramatically change the sound, and it is absolutely nice. You can select, for example, the closed back cabinet. But also you can select a different position, okay? Different microphone, like, for example, Paul, the 4, okay, this one, the 4038. Okay, if you buy my presets on this, this is the QR code to access to my store. You have the equivalent input response, because what is nice on the super cabinet is that when you can create your own cabinet, you can customize the cabinet as you want, and also you can export the cabinet as an impulse response that you can use it. So in the preset, you will find the equivalent impulse response, but I strongly suggest you to buy at least the Jensen Tornado Special Edition Compact Cabinet and also the large cabinet. So I recommend you to do this. Okay? Well, I check if there are some other questions. No, no other question. Brian May harmonized sound. It's similar. If I remember well, Brian May used the +5 +5th harmonization. Okay. Okay, Nick, please place question related to the live. Okay, I will do other question also on the THU school. Thank you so much. So if there is no other question, I thank you very much for your attention, of course, and I hope this tutorial like you. And sorry for my English. My English is not perfect, of course, but I hope that you understand the core of the message. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell if you are still interested, and let me know what do you think of this sound. So thank you so much to everybody. Thank you so much to Overloud, guys, and see you next time. Ciao.